What's up, everybody? Moto Jimbo here. Long time no see. As you can see, I've got another Rebel 250. I've had it since September of last year. I just never felt like talking about it for some reason. But anyways, let's get right into it. I wanted to review the Rebel 250 again because the first one I had was so old and kind of beat up and mistreated that it wasn't a very good one to go off of. This is a 96, and it's been very well taken care of. It's a little dirty at the moment, but when I bought this thing, it was immaculate. Like, it'd been garage kept its whole life. I've seen bikes 10 years newer than this look a lot worse than this. And what I love about the 96 is the retro look they gave it. Like, the paint scheme is amazing. This little Rebel symbol here on the side cover, that's really neat. But it's just a neat looking bike. I love this model, and I'm sure other models had this paint scheme too, but I'm not sure on that. But anyways, I love small bikes, you guys. I know I've said that before. I've had bigger bikes, but I love small bikes because basically all I do is ride around town, do a little commuting here and there, and it's perfect for that. It's more comfortable than a Ninja 250. I still like the Ninja 250s a little better, but they're just not as comfortable, and in my opinion, they're not as good for an absolute beginner as this bike. The only thing I can say bad is if you're over 6 foot tall, and let's say you weigh like 200 some pounds, you might have trouble fitting on this bike. I actually sold this bike very briefly to a buddy of mine, and he had to bring it back because he was just too big for it. He couldn't see through the mirrors because all he could see was his arms because he's a big guy. His knees were in the handlebars. His feet are bigger, so I mean his tiptoes were all he could put right here on the pegs because his foot would be up here in the shifter if not. So yeah, you may want to sit on one before you buy one if you're a bigger person. The power of these bikes, like I said, it's not as powerful as a Ninja 250 in my opinion because it's geared differently. So I guess powerful, not as powerful is the wrong way to say it, but it feels that way. It's much tamer, just like any other cruiser. And honestly, this is a bike that will build your confidence so fast. Because it's low seat height, it's very light. It's just a great bike. I know before I complained about turn signals in my first video, but somebody mentioned they weren't stock. These are stock, and they're bright enough, they're fine. Bad point on the bike, headlamps are weak on these things. I'm planning on changing the bulb in mine. I think you can buy a kit to put one of the high intensity beams on there. I might do that because it's pitiful, honestly. But the greatest thing about a Rebel is the maintenance. There is little to no maintenance to be done on these bikes. They're great. They're Hondas, and Hondas, I'll sound like a fanboy here, Hondas are just absolutely just great bikes. Very little maintenance involved. Even changing the oil on this bike is simple. There's no filter. There's a screen that you clean every other oil change, but basically drain the oil out, put some new oil in, you're good to go. And because of the no oil filter, you do have to change it more often, like every 1,000 miles, but I mean, come on, it takes like 30 minutes to do. I just think they're great looking bikes. I would recommend them for a beginner, and I would recommend them to seasoned people that just want a smaller bike for around the town. I mean, I've been riding for 4 years at this point, and I still love these bikes. So that probably wasn't a very good review, but I just wanted to let you know that I had a good opinion of Rebels with the other one I had, but I have a much higher opinion now that I have a better one. I would highly recommend these bikes. They just look great too, and they just sip on gas. Yeah, sorry for the pitiful review, guys, but I just want you to know, if you're thinking about getting a Rebel, you're under 6 foot tall, I say go for it. I got this one for $1,000. I know it's a little dirty right now, but you're not going to find a bike for $1,000 in this great of shape unless it's a Rebel, and that's what's great. Is a lot of beginners will buy these bikes, and some of them decide, oh, I'm not into it, so they just turn around and sell the bike for, you know, cheap just to get rid of it. And that's what happened here. The guy I got it from bought it from an old guy. Old guy just got out of riding, but had been kept up his whole life. He got it, put it in his garage, decided he didn't like bikes, so he's just ready to get rid of it. $1,000. And you can't beat that. So, and if you do get tired of the small size, turn around and sell it for, I could sell this bike for $1,300. I could make money off this bike if I wanted to, but I just don't want to. But anyways, yeah, Rebel 250s, great bikes. See you guys.